Perhaps you've tried to be successful and you've tried on so many different attempts and it just still isn't working for you. Perhaps you're not sure what business you should start. You've tried to throw so much dirt at the wall and nothing just seems to stick. And you've failed business after business, or you've been to different jobs and it just isn't working. You're either losing your job or leaving that job. And it just feels like life is getting super frustrating for you. Well, guess what? I know the feeling. I've been through the same thing, if not worse, than most people that I know of. I changed so many different jobs growing up, and I failed so many different businesses until eventually I cracked it. Now, let me give you some tips about what you should be doing and how this is supposed to work for you. You're probably sitting there thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, isn't for me, maybe I shouldn't be an entrepreneur, maybe I'm just useless, maybe I'm just not good enough for the world, maybe this is not my industry, maybe I don't have the skills required to succeed in this. So let me tell you that a lot of life success comes down to the way that you're actually thinking and framing the thoughts. You see, your brain is actually shaped by your habitual thinking. So whatever you consistently think about, and I hate using this word, but I'm starting to really agree with this term, manifest, postulate. The more you start to visualize and think, no, this is for me. I am actually good enough. I do believe I will get there. I will get over the roadblocks. And this is why people use affirmations. And I've started using affirmations myself recently, realizing that actually I need to keep affirming positivity in my mind. Because there are times when even I'm sitting there thinking, oh shit, this is hard. Like, am I really competing against some of the top fund managers in the world, some of the top mathematicians? Am I really going to compete against some of the biggest YouTubers that have been doing this for years? Like, oh, just forget it. It's just too much. They've already got so far. Like, who am I to get involved in this whole game? You see, that thinking will stop you before you even attempt to try to make it. The only reason that my YouTube channel has started to make some sort of moves is because I have been consistent with it almost every single day for the past year and a half. Now, before that, I was very inconsistent. So I would, post a few videos, make a few videos and not post it, try to be a perfectionist, take half-hearted action, but not take full action, and always try to be such a perfectionist. Oh no, that really needs to be perfect, and oh, I'm not going to post it, and oh, what will people think? So as an example, I wanted to start a YouTube channel 10 years ago, but didn't start. Now, I was occupied with other things, but I certainly had the time to start a YouTube channel. And who am I to kid myself to say that I didn't? That would be a lie. My consistency and the lack of being a perfectionist and taking action and genuinely believing, you know what, I could make it. All right, I might not be the biggest YouTuber of all time, but I should definitely give it a try and I should keep going. And it was that mental attitude and that fortitude which really helped me push through till I eventually made a video in Miami that went viral and got like 57,000 views and got 1,200 comments and 2,600 likes. And that was all organic, no paid for, nothing, no weird growth strategies. Just simply posted a video and bang, it finally exploded. So the point is that your thinking will actually postulate and visualize and will literally create the reality around you. And if you don't believe that you can actually make it, then the chances are you just won't make it. I listened to a lot of Joe Dispenza this weekend. The weekend that just passed, he was on Diary of a CEO. And he talks a lot about this sorts of thinking, believing that you already have it before you achieve it. It's really fascinating that you could actually believe that you already have what you're trying to achieve. And if you sit there and you visualize that, then your actions will relate to that level of thinking. And everything is so aligned, your mind, your heart, your body, and how you operate and how you move towards that goal. Suddenly everything just becomes so much more aligned with your thinking. Now, let me reiterate, we are only humans, and there are many times where we're going to be disheartened. And there's a shit ton of times I'm disheartened thinking, this isn't working, and I'm, trying to trade this in the market, and we try to build another algorithmic system, and it just didn't work, that strategy, we've got to try again. And sometimes I just really feel like giving up. Where the fuck do you think I would be if I'd given up a long time ago? I wouldn't look like this with these big ass guns. I would have given up at the gym a long time ago, looking at other people thinking, I tell you, these guys, I'm never going to get there. I started at some point. I was a skinny little rat, and I had to lift heavy ass weights and run and keep trying to get to this point. I got turned down from so many jobs. When I graduated in the financial crisis in 2009, right? 2008 was the credit crunch. So imagine, it was so hard for me to get a job in finance. Like, I was getting crushed left, right, and center. I got rejected from about 150 jobs until I finally landed a role that made sense for me. And then with the businesses that I'd consistently failed, and my parents telling me, this is too risky, you're too young, it doesn't make sense for you. All that shit, all those hurdles I had to finally pass till I eventually cracked it and made a success of myself. Now, that doesn't mean that I can be happy with that and just like, I've done it once, that's it, I can give up and retire and just chill now. That's totally not how the human mind works. I am hungrier than ever. And the idea of this video is to show you and to teach you that I now have to get back into the zone of thinking habitually about my success and visualizing it. And despite the troubles and the difficulties that I will go through, which I go through every single day, I have to believe that I'm still worthy of that success, right? You are still worthy. You can still make it. That path is defined for you. Now, that's the important part, right? If you need help defining what the right path is for you, then you ought to jump on a consultancy with me, right, on a one-on-one basis where I can literally talk you through exactly what you should be doing based on your personality type. There'll be a bunch of tests that we will take together, and we will figure out who you really are and what you should actually be doing. That's also in line with your interests. We're not going to completely take you away from your interests, but I will certainly be working on what's going to make sense for you as a personality type that you're going to potentially thrive in. And so that will make sure that at least you're on the right path, because the first thing you need to do is make sure that you're on the right pathway to success, that you're doing what's correct for you, and who you're actually working with is also correct for that project. So you will need some level of business mentoring. If you're delusional enough to think that you're going to make it in a business that you have no idea about, or your skill sets don't even coincide with that business, then you'll be wasting a hell of a lot of time. So click the link in my description and set up a one-on-one call and let me change evolve your future and actually put you on the right pathway to success. Now, if you like my videos and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and enjoy the free value that I give to you. And if there's any sorts of videos that you think will really, really help you moving forward, then please let me know in the comments what kind of videos you'd like me to make. Given my vast experience, I can talk upon a number of different things in the male self-improvement space. But on a final note, I want to leave you with the notion that your affirmative thinking in your mind, the way you think, the way you operate, if you can drive it positively, affirmatively, you can align your mind, your thinking, with your heart, with the rest of your body, which then aligns into your actions. Okay, the moment that I started putting these videos out there, realizing that my destiny is to help other men become as successful as I am, so I can build a beautiful community of people and serve God and give back because He has given me so much. The moment I started realizing I am finally on the right path to success, and it took me a hell of a long time, and I want to make sure that it doesn't take you as long as it took me to get there.